Hey everyone, and thank you very much for joining me. This is Damien. We are on day 31 of my first phase of 55 days, going from being unemployed, overweight, and broke to a place of financial prosperity, good cash flow or job, and being in shape. Again, I want to thank you for being here. If you've been following the blog, you know that I've been providing success tips every day, ideas and things that I'm learning as I go through this process myself, from books I've read, things that I've learned, situations I've been involved in, and I'm sharing them with you in hopes that they will also help you to get to a better place in life than where you currently find yourself. On today's topic, what I want to discuss is creating a dream team, an imaginary dream team to use as a source of information for when you find yourself with a question that you can't answer, a situation that you can't figure out a way out of, or a situation that you may need help with to solve or to get through. And there's actually a book that talks about this that I want to share as well. It's called The 1 Minute Millionaire, and it's written by Mark Victor Hansen and Robert G. Allen. Mark Victor Hansen was part of the Chicken Soup for the Soul team, and Robert G. Allen was a gentleman who wrote books on making lots of money in real estate and investment with no cash. Also wrote about multiple income streams and different books that have been very successful, and he's done very well for himself in that realm. And they wrote this book, and the book is actually split up where half of the book is a fictional story about a lady whose husband had passed away in a car accident or something, and she had a son, and her in-laws, her deceased husband's parents, who were very, very wealthy, felt that she wasn't in a position financially to care for their grandson, for her son. And by the way, she didn't, for whatever reason, there was no life insurance, there was no money. She was basically destitute after her husband passed away. And so this book goes on to talk about how she went from nothing to $1 million in 90 days. I think it was 90 days. And that they had made the father-in-law agree that if she could do this, then she would have full custodial rights, full rights of her son. And so the book goes through the things that she's done. It gets a fictional story, but the ideas are interesting. And then the other half of the book, as you read the first half, on the opposite page, they have a fiction or a nonfiction book that actually talks about perspectives, ideas, things that the authors recommend that you do to follow along with the fictional story, but in real life application. Anyways, it's a really interesting book, and I think if you read it, and especially if you're in this situation right now where you've lost your job, or maybe you're financially really having a heck of a time, it'll help you get some ideas on things you can do to generate immediate cash flow. But what's interesting in the book is they actually recommend that this lady put together a dream team. And what a dream team is you take the best of the best of people that you can think of, historical figures, past politicians, past family members that may no longer be with you, and people that you really respect their opinions of, or maybe historically, even though you've never met them, you feel like they have good character, you feel like they have good judgment, they have solid principles, and there's somebody that you could really look up to. And what you do is you think about, and I want you to write down 3 to 5 people that you would say would be on your historical dream team of people that you would go to for advice. And write down the names, 3 to 5 of them. And then what you do is you either sit down and close your eyes and think of them in a group together. So maybe you're sitting in, they're in a semicircle and you're facing them sitting down in a chair, and you can go ask them as a group a question that you want an answer to, or you can ask one-on-one. So for example, and this is just an example, but Benjamin Franklin, we've never met Benjamin Franklin. If you have, well, congratulations on making it this far in your life at this age. But most of us, or all of us, have not met Benjamin Franklin, yet we have an idea of what Benjamin Franklin stood for based on what we've read in books, what we learned in school, what we've learned on TV and growing up, is that Benjamin Franklin was principled, he was very curious, he was an inventor, one of the first publishers and printing operation owners in the United States. He was very responsible. He, again, lent to the Founding Fathers' vision and to what this country was based on. You probably heard about the key on the kite, the skeleton key on the kite with the electricity and the lightning. There's a whole bunch of things that you can think of, but you have a pretty good idea. And by the way, Benjamin Franklin also said in a quote that beer is proof that God loves us. So I don't think he was as stuffed shirt and uptight as many people may think from what we've learned. But you kind of have an idea. And so let's say, for example, you have a question. You close your eyes, you think about Benjamin Franklin sitting in front of you, bald head, the little glasses, and pot-bellied, whatever, sitting there, and you say, Mr. Franklin, I would like to know the answer to this question. What is blank? Or I have this situation I want to describe. How would you handle it? And just sit there with your eyes closed and imagine yourself asking Benjamin Franklin or whoever's in your fantasy dream team this question, and let the answer come to you. Your subconscious mind will fill in what it is that your mind thinks they would say, which will probably be pretty correct to the situation because of the ideas that you have formed of this person based on what you know. And now you're not picking random people, you're picking people that you know something about, that you've had a lot of respect for, whether it be religious leaders, whether it be business leaders, historical leaders, politicians, family members, whatever it is. But I want you to write down 3 to 5 of them and then have them and use this in any situation as you're going through being unemployed and broke and trying to get back in shape. Anytime you get stuck on something, close your eyes and ask a member or your entire dream team, your imaginary dream team, what they would do in the same situation. And this book recommends it. I've tried it in the past, and it's very interesting, the answers that come back to the questions that you wouldn't even have thought of. So I want to encourage you to do that. Get your dream team assembled, start using them, and then check me out again on the next blog. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.